All right, aquatic crates. I'm going to be teaching as much as possible from this plugin before I actually start losing my brain cells here, because there are a lot of functions within the configs that you need to learn. Again, I'm not a special, and if you ever really do need support, join Larky's Discord. He's a great developer, known him for years, and you'll get the best support there. But I'm going to try to teach you as much as I can here. Key features such as rewards, unique animation, player models, custom holograms, reward rolling, and a extremely configurable config. How extreme, you may ask? I still don't even know all of it, and I spent a week learning this plugin. But if you're into texture packs or even just custom models from Model Engine, this plugin is perfect. Why, you may ask? Well, I'm about to show you. To start us off, I'm going to teach you the basic commands, show you how the plugin works, and then we're going to get into the config, create one of our own, and then we're gonna go from there. First, we do need a crate. What we can do is just do a crate, give, and then I do have a few example ones, but we're gonna do test first. And here I'm just gonna go ahead and set it for myself, and I can just click enter. Here I do have a test crate, and I'm just gonna place it right here. And as you can see, it has a Model Engine supported. I am running Model Engine 4, but it does support Model Engine 3. And of course, this is just a test example. This is what was provided to me, and it's just a simple one with an example chest. I added more lore and then a small animation. So if I do actually left click this, it will show you the items within it. Again, this is an example crate, and I'll show you a better one in a second. It just has a title of test preview with a special stone to show you that you can configure text to have, for example, gradient or just items in general. Now, again, as I stated, you can add your own custom texture pack to the actual menu. So if you wanted a custom GUI, you can do that, and I have a video for that if you want to follow on for it. But like I said, this is just an example menu. Let me show you an actual menu that actually functions. So instead of test, we're gonna do test 2 because that's another one I have. I'm gonna place that there, and just like that, we have a loot chest, gems, and ores. Both of these models and another one, I'll leave a link in the description if you want to get these exact chests, and the other one I'm gonna be showing pretty soon. However, what we can do is a crate. We're going to do key, give, and now we can specify the key. So for this one, I'm going to do test 2, and I'm going to go ahead and put the amount we want. So I'll do 3 keys. Then for the user, which is me, and I can actually put it as virtual if I want it to be virtual, or in this case, I'm just going to do physical, and I'll get the item in here. This is all configurable, of course, and how you want to set it up. So if we actually just left click, you'll see that there are ores. It's just a test 2 preview that you can also enable previews or not, or just make it 100% mystery. But if we right click the chest, we are into this amazing menu. And this is what I really like, that you can fully customize as well. It just says opening crate and you get your item on your right hand side. So test, you got gold. I can left click to reroll, or I can shift to claim it. But if I just do shift, I leave the menu. You have won that. These are all, again, very configurable, and I won a piece of gold, just like so. I can go again, and if I just have to right click it, I just love the functionality of having both Model Engine and just regular crates all linked in. I'm gonna go ahead and actually just left click again, and I'll re-roll it. You can also see whenever I do left click, it says opening a crate. So essentially you will know when the crate opening has finished. For this case, I will just keep the gold, and I can only reroll it so many times before I can no longer. And as you can see, that was per player view. So right here, there was no chest where we were teleported to, which is a very nice function. So if you ever had Hypixel crates, this is very close, but even more advanced. But as I said, we are going to be creating our own, which is called TED. I do have a preview of it, but we're gonna go into the actual menu and configure it to what we want. So let's get to that. And now we're in the aquatic crates config files. So before we actually do continue, if you guys want to get your own Minecraft hosting, and if you're on a budget, check out Revive Node. Starting only at $1 per gigabyte, you can start your very own server, add this plugin in here, or just hang out with friends. It's really up to you. Using the promo code DIAMOND, you get 15% off on your server. I use them, I love them, so make sure to check them out in the description down below. However, we're gonna get back into aquatic crates here, and first thing we're going to do is check out the messages. Here you can change any hard-coded messages to make it suit your server and your style. Not much to do here though. And then we do have a database settings in case you do want to mess with database and set it up for multiple servers. But the rest of these we're not really going to mess with. These are just important files that register certain items and locations within your world. In this video, sadly, I will not be explaining multi-crates. I don't fully understand them, and I don't want to provide incorrect information. But like I said at the beginning, make sure to join Larky's server and he will explain everything you need. He provides great support. But let's go into the actual crates. Here, you can see I already have test and test 2. These were all examples, but we're going to create our very own. And this one I'm going to call TED. So I'm just going to click create new file. And here I'm just going to copy and paste from one of our tests. And I will just click create file. I'm going to call this one TED.yml, and then I'll click create file. And in here is what we're going to truly set up. Whenever you're going to run a command to grab the crate, it's going to be looking for the actual name of the file. So in this case, it's going to look for TED.yml. The YML part's not important, but it is going to be looking for the name TED. So that's how you can identify each individual chest. You won't need to put anything in the actual config. Here we do have the key itself, and this we can actually change if we want to. So I could do, for example, a diamond underscore or. It also has the functionality to both work with item adders, orcs, I still don't know how to say it, Orgzen, and if you want model engine as well. For this case, I will be explaining just straightforward regular items, but if you do want to do it, all you have to do, as it says here, you just need to put in items, item adder, and then the item ID in this case, but we're not going to be doing that. Now we can also customize a display name, so a rare key, and then we can change the lore as well. So we'll just put, this is a rare key, don't lose it. It's pretty simple like that. Requires to open crate. We can make this in true or false. I'll actually set it up as true in order to show the difference. And then we have model engine. This is where you can identify different models. Again, it supports item adder or Orgzen, whatever you want to use. For this case, I'm just using model engine, and I'm using model engine 4, but you can use model engine 3. In order to identify, you just put in engine, and then you will put your custom model name. So for this one, it is crate 4, and then that's what we're going to be using to represent the crate. Here we do have the hologram, and this is what's going to be appearing above your chest. So we can change this. We can put a 9 and do rare chest. We can set that as a name. We can add a lore underneath. We can do right click to open, and we can offset this. This is how many blocks higher you want it to be offset. We can just set it up as 1, so it's going to be 1 block higher. We can set up as 3, 4, however you want to. This really depends on the size of your actual model. And then we have the reward system. Here for this one, what we're going to do is just copy and paste it so you can see the difference. I'm going to keep this as stone, but I will add my very own. So what we're going to be doing is first replacing the 1 with a 2 and whatever numeric number you're on at that time. Then we have the actual item. So instead of a stone, I could just do a diamond underscore ore. And for the display name, I can just change that up and be, this is a cool diamond. This is the hologram that's going to appear whenever the item is thrown out of the chest, for example. And I could just set it up as you won, and I can put congrats. So you, like I said, you can fully customize it. We can enable this option here as well, but I'm not going to. This can just offset where the hologram is on that actual item. For this one, it's perfectly fine. Depending if you have custom items that are bigger than usual, you can change that. And then we have the chance. I can change that from 10 to 30. I can set it up to give item true or false. And we can even add actions. For example, right here, we can do a message. So we can just say, here, take a cool diamond. This also works with CMI, but just showing that you can do commands as well. And I can make it so it can kill me. I'm not going to probably run that command, but I'll just remove this one just for the sake of this tutorial. And then we have the preview. So it shows you that if it's enabled or not. So if they can left click it to actually see it. I set it up as true. We can do a reroll if enabled, but I actually am going to set it for false. So whatever you get is what you get. We also have the animation type. Cinematic, instant, place crate. In this case, it is cinematic. If it's skippable or not, I can actually set that up if I want to. So I can set it up as true. And for the title, I can just do opening crate. Instead, I can be loading, please. Wait, you can set up the, and if it's solid or not, and then the length of the actual animation. So I could half that because it does not need 200 seconds. All right, and then we're gonna go into model location. Here is where we're gonna specify both where the player and the actual chest will spawn so you can receive your gifts. For this case, I will go into the actual server, and here we're going to go to the location, and this is where the chest is going to spawn. So I'll just stand here, I'll click F3, and with that, we can grab the information. So -12, 103, and -426. If we go into the config, here you can see -12, 103, 426, and we can even set a yaw location. For the camera, however, we do give a bit more configuration. We can just go into this general direction, face towards the chest, however you want it to be. And we can look up both the XYZ location up here, which would be -15, 103, and -422, which is already set up. However, we do get a pitch, and if you're looking for that information, all you need to do is look facing, And then here it will provide information of -140 and 6.4. So if you ever need that information, especially for the camera, which is the player, that's where you can find it. And if we scroll down, we can get the final bit of information, such as the actions, so we can run multiples. This one is a spawn reward action, and it has a delay of 20. We can set the velocity of when the item comes out, and if it has gravity, how much of it we want it to be offset from the actual chest, and the rumble length and direction, essentially the animation of the chest itself. Once we have all that, we can just do Control S, save it, and then in game we do /A crates and then just reload, and that will reload our crate completely. Now, if we go back here, you can see that it's already automatically updated. We have a rare chest, right click to open. So if I left click it, however, it will show the items, which is just special item. But if I left click it, you can see that we do have that special item and we have that really cool diamond. Now to get the key, as always, we can do a crate key give, and this one will be for Ted. I'm going to do amount of 3 for me, and then I can do virtual. Now I have the keys virtually. This key right here won't work because it only works for that one. So I can even show you that as well. So if I try to click with it, you know, for a second, I actually thought it worked, but I do remember that I have virtual keys. So no matter what, it wouldn't work. So the key did not work. But yeah, let's throw that out of our system. So if it was a virtual key, I don't need it. And I can just right click the chest as you saw there. But if it is a physical one, then I have to actually go to the chest and use it. But in this case, what we can do now is just right click it and it will show the animation. It will show what item we get. And we got U1 on Grats because I forgot to see. And we can just leave like that. We got this is a really cool diamond ore. If you do, however, need to ever remove a chest, all you have to do is shift and then left click it. That will remove it completely. But there you have it. That's essentially the plugin right there, as much as I can fully explain to you guys. Hope you really enjoyed it. If you have, make sure to leave a like down below and make sure to check out Revive Node and make sure to leave some love for Larky. However, I'm Diamond. Hope you guys have an amazing day and I will catch you next time. Cheers.